These are all the collectibles in the chapter called the Return 1 Invitations, the first one after the prologue section. Now, the first item we're going to show you here is the charm. This is automatically given to you at the start of the game. You hit the triangle button, you can pull up your gear, and you'll see the charm in there. Next up is a map of Cauldron Lake. You'll earn a trophy for collecting this. Okay, so there are 21 lunch boxes, so we're going to continue the main story path. You're going to follow your partner, weave away down here, and you're supposed to go straight. You're going to follow your partner straight down that path. Instead, we're going to turn right and then loop around, slightly longer way around, but we're going to run into a lunchbox this way. We're going to follow this to the very end.
Is that a kid's lunchbox?
Okay, open that up, and we're going to move on towards the general store. As you're following the path, this is the next place you're supposed to go. You're heading towards the murder site. You're going to see the general store. We're going to actually turn and loop around back up to the left side here.
I think I saw something.
Then back the direction we came. Follow this path to the very end, and you'll see the lunchbox just to the left. Okay, we're going to go find a cult stash, and we're going to find this near the murder site, which is where you're supposed to be heading. And just south of there is a house, so we're just going to go into the next area to the south. Now, there's going to be a cult stash just outside the house. You're supposed to go inside the house to find out what the combination is to unlock this. I'll show you here on the screen in just a moment, show you a close-up of the solution. There's the clues. You're supposed to go in, find the symbols, match up the symbols, and then to open it, here is the combination. All right, so now that you're done with the murder site, you're supposed to follow your partner off to the west and then eventually up north, but we're going to actually loop down south towards a campsite. That was the murder site. This is the direction you're supposed to go. Instead of following your partner, we're just going to loop back down here and head south.
Haven't figured that part out yet.
Lots of questions.
Lots of answers for us to find.
And there she is in the corner. We're going to find a lunchbox up near the witch's hut. From the witch's hut, just to the left of it, you're going to see a small bridge. We're going to follow that across. At the very end, you're going to see a chair. In front of the chair, off to the right of it, is going to be the lunchbox. So there's the chair out in the distance next to the tree. And in front of it and to the right.
There's another lunchbox.
Continue your story progression, and eventually you're going to get a key. We're going to use that key to open up this gate here, and then we're going to follow this path up. Halfway up this path, we're going to see a metal building, a small building. It looks like some kind of electrical substation, perhaps. Has a bunch of satellite radar dishes on the top of it. We're going to go loop around behind it and find a little ledge we can climb up with the lunchbox.
Deputies aren't exactly up to
So that building in front of us is what we're looking for, and on the back side of it is the ledge you climb.
Another one of those.
All right, after this, we're going to head into town, a town where everyone is obsessed with coffee, apparently. And we're going to find a map to Bright Falls.
Need to swing by the lodge to get any.
We're going to find this on the side of the building of the diner. Diner is where you're supposed to go as far as your next progression. We're going to pick up the map, and before you go into the diner or after, it doesn't matter. We're going to go across the street into a little park. So past the diner, across the street, here is the park. You're going to see a gazebo in the back, and to the right of that gazebo is a tree, and at the base of that tree is going to be the lunchbox.
Be right back.
Got it. Another Alex Casey lunchbox?
Now, after you do everything you need to do in the diner, the next area you need to go to is the sheriff's station. Once you have access to the sheriff's station, we're going to go straight inside and we're going to find a map of the station right here on the back wall. And then one final collectible here in this chapter, and that's going to be the Koskela commercial. Now, this one is missable. You have to get this one in the first few chapters, after which you won't be able to get it. So make sure you interact with that TV. There'll be a little X button. I previously already did it. Now, you remember you can come back here and look at all your collectibles, watch all your commercials. So that is it for chapter. This is actually chapter 2. There is nothing in chapter 1 in the prologue. See you in chapter 3.